I love to say I told you so. 2 weeks ago, I told you to buy some Hasbro, the big toy maker, because I thought its stock was being excessively penalized in the wake of the collapse of Toys R Us. I figured this was just temporary disruption. It's not like they don't have other vendors. And I said I expect to see a comeback. But even I couldn't have to admit that I didn't expect it to turn around so quickly. This morning, Hasbro reported a much better than anticipated quarter, and the stock took off, vaulting $12 or 12.9%. Company delivered a 19-cent earnings beat off of a 29-cent basis, and while its revenue still shrank by 7% year over year, that number was much higher than what Wall Street was looking for. Even better, management made it clear that the problems caused by the closure of Toys R Us are now mostly in the rearview mirror. They've got a clear path forward now thanks to new retailers picking up the slack, coupled with rising demand from consumers. So could the stock have more upside? Let's take a closer look with Brian Goldner, the chairman and CEO of Hasbro. Hear more about the quarter and where his company's headed. Mr. Goldner, welcome back to Mad Money.
Hi, Jim.
Well, first, Brian, congratulations. You came on last quarter and you said you could navigate this. Tell us how you were able to put the Toys R Us collapse behind you so quickly.
Well, we've continued to focus on building great innovative products, on entertainment and storytelling, and then modernizing our organization all around the world. Our U.S. team did a fantastic job of continuing to manage through the liquidation of Toys R Us, which is now complete. And now we're lining up for share recapture plans with the remainder of our retailers, building bigger programs for the holidays, working with the retailers we've worked with for years, adding some new retailers and new exciting categories around gaming and fans and some sporting goods. And then, of course, bespoke online program and omni-channel program. So we'll do content to commerce online and these shoppable social media opportunities.
Now, what was also amazing is you made it clear to people, look, it wasn't like Toys R Us. We made much more money in that particular group versus others. And you're talking about proprietary partner brands that are very exciting. Exclusives with Walmart, with Target, with Amazon Prime, with Singles Day in China. These are all probably excellent channels for Hasbro.
No, they really are. And then, obviously, as we go around the world, we're working through the European situation. And there's been disintermediation between online retail and the brick-and-mortar retailers, and we're working through that as well. And we believe all these issues disappear by the end of 2018, and we move on. We've said we believe we can grow in 2019 and beyond, and we'll expand our operating margins as a return and get back to a 62% gross margin.
Okay, now you did talk about the idea that there's still a substantial amount of manufacturing that you have in China. It can shift. Is this something we should be concerned about in the second half?
Not really. We've really focused over time strategically on moving production out of China. So this has been going on for a number of years for risk mitigation and cost mitigation. We've moved product out of China. About 30% of our manufacturing is outside of China. You know, in the United States, we make 25% of the product for the United States in the United States, and we're continuing to add production. This fall, we'll add the Play-Doh production in the United States, and we'll continue to move product around the world to make a high-quality product. We found great vendors in India and Vietnam and other countries, as well as the United States. We're also moving product production to places where there are tariffs, like Brazil, so that we can mitigate those incoming tariffs with the Brazilian government. And we, again, continue to build a more robust global footprint for our manufacturing.
Now, you made a bold acquisition, Power Rangers, and I want you to tell our viewers what happens when you get something like Power Rangers, how you make it so it's more experiential. What storytelling message can you tell us right now about what you're going to do with Power Rangers?
Well, it's very exciting. In 2019, we'll launch the product line in the second quarter. And then by 2020, it's the full blueprint. So new entertainment will move to not only annual television, but we're working again on another movie. And we'll execute it across the blueprint. So that's consumer products, mobile gaming, and immersive entertainment experiences in addition to our toys and games business. We would expect it to look like a My Little Pony or a Transformers over time. And obviously, it will enjoy that high operating margin that we enjoy with our franchise brands.
All the time on your conference calls, there's always one brand that stands out that I thought was kind of not a dead brand, but just a so-so brand. You called out Dungeons and Dragons this time. I mean, that's been around forever. How does that reignite?
Well, people are more into Dungeons and Dragons today than ever before. In fact, it's enjoying its best year ever. It's been the last couple of years where it's grown. People are re-engaged with that brand because it's a face-to-face game. It's immersive, and it's a game that people really enjoy playing with one another. We have more new users coming on board, double-digit new user growth. And we're very excited about what's coming up. In fact, we just announced this afternoon that there'll be a crossover between Dungeons & Dragons and Magic the Gathering in the fall, and I think our fans and gamers are going to be very excited about what's coming for D&D. We're also building a suite of digital games around Dungeons & Dragons and Magic the Gathering. Our Magic Arena product is underway in a closed beta. We've had more than 1 million people sign up, and we're very excited about launching that later this year. So you'll be able to play Magic the Gathering or Dungeons & Dragons on a mobile device or online, as well as face-to-face.
Now, how did you get 1 million so quickly? I mean, because what this makes me think is that now you've got a lot of people to sell into. You've got a lot of different extensions that you can do that could just make this so that it comes alive for multiple years.
Well, once you build this mobile game, we're also seeing that just with the analog game, people are watching us on Esports. We have about 1 million viewers a month watching a Magic the Gathering game, and people watching Dungeons & Dragons and Twitch. And so we think over time we build this to be more of an esports property. It's a very immersive game, and it's perfect and ripe for global esports competition.
One last point. You said that you thought your stock was too low. I saw how many shares you bought. It's just a standout quarter. You took advantage of the dip, didn't you?
Well, we're going to continue to look at buying back shares. We've said that we could buy in the amount of shares that we had issued to purchase the Power Rangers, which would be about 3 million shares. And our goal is, with strong cash flow, to keep buying in shares opportunistically.
Well, Brian, congratulations. You exceeded what you said you would do. Brian Goldner, Chairman and CEO of Hasbro, thank you so much, sir. Not done going higher. It took a lot of people by surprise, including the analyst community. I predict many upgrades and target bumps tomorrow. Mad Money's back into the break. Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.